Hello everyone, and here I am again, back in your life to talk about lesson 24 today. Hope you all did okay with yesterday's lesson. I know it might have been a fairly tough one to get through, and hopefully you were okay with whatever happened. If it was tough for you, if you had trouble, if you struggled, if you felt resistance, if you felt fear, whatever you felt, I hope that you understand that it's all part of the journey, and it's all part of that shifting that's happening, whether noticeable by you or in the background somewhere, and you just need to trust that it's happening. So let's talk about lesson 24 today. I do not perceive my own best interests. I've often heard it said that we think we know what's best for us, but no one can possibly know what's best for us better than God, the universe, source, higher self, whatever you want to call it. The Course calls it God because that's, in essence, we are all a part of God, and the whole Course is about returning home to that God in us, that loving presence. Sometimes we have to trust, sometimes we have to let go, sometimes we have to believe that that we don't know our own best interests. So that's today's lesson. Let's get into it. I do not perceive my own best interests. In no situation that arises do you realize the outcome that would make you happy. Therefore, you have no guide to appropriate action and no way of judging the result. What you do is determined by your perception of the situation, and that perception is wrong. It is inevitable, then, that you will not serve your own best interests. Yet, they are your only goal in any situation which is correctly perceived. Otherwise, you would not recognize what they are. So, I can almost hear people railing against this and saying, I know what's best for me. No one can tell me what's best for me except me. I don't know. I want to put this book down. I don't want anything to do with it. Please soldier on. Because there is a lot of truth to it. The ego won't tell you what you want, what will make you happy. The ego tells you what will make you unhappy. So we really don't know what will make us happy. And from that perception of ego, we only know what we don't want. What do you want instead? It's very difficult from ego to come up with something that's solid and lasting and really well-founded. So just bear with the exercise, and it will help you to get to the place you're going. If you realize that you did not perceive your own best interests, you could be taught what they are. But in the presence of your conviction that you do know what they are, you cannot learn. So it's that old idea of if I already think I know something, then I'm not going to listen to anything new because I already know what's right. And I think with the Course especially, and I think in life too, it's really important to go with the guidelines of be open to everything and assume you know nothing, because it's only in that openness that we will learn new things and we will be able to shift our perception. The idea for today is a step toward opening your mind so that learning can begin. So today we're going to start doing that. The exercises for today require much more honesty than you are accustomed to using. A few subjects, honestly and carefully considered in each of the 5 practice periods, which should be undertaken today, will be more helpful than a more cursory examination of a large number. 2 minutes are suggested for each of the mind-searching periods which the exercises involve. So really, that's only 10 minutes out of your whole day to do these exercises. And, you know, if you're worried about forgetting to do them, a really good idea is to set a timer on your phone for 5 different times during the day when you feel that you will be able to carve out a couple of minutes to do the exercise. The practice periods should begin with repeating today's idea, followed by searching the mind with closed eyes for unresolved situations about which you are currently concerned. The emphasis should be on uncovering the outcome you want. You will quickly realize that you have a number of goals in mind as part of the desired outcome, and also that these goals are on different levels and often conflict. In applying the idea for today, name each situation that occurs to you and then enumerate carefully as many goals as possible that you would like to be met in its resolution. The form of each application should be roughly as follows. In the situation involving blank, I would like blank to happen and blank to happen. So, in the situation involving blank, I would like blank to happen and blank to happen. So just fill in those blanks. And you may think in the beginning that you've got nothing, but as you sit there and as you begin, you will start to have many different things that will come into your mind. Try to cover as many different kinds of outcomes as may honestly occur to you, even if some of them do not appear to be directly related to the situation or even to be inherent in it all. If these exercises are done properly, you will quickly recognize that you are making a large number of demands of the situation which have nothing to do with it. You will also recognize that many of your goals are contradictory, that you have no unified outcome in mind, and that you must experience disappointment in connection with some of your goals, however the situation turns out. After covering the list of as many hoped-for goals as possible for each unresolved situation that crosses your mind, say to yourself, I do not perceive my own best interests in this situation, and go on to the next one. So there you have it, lesson 24. Be gentle, be open, and just really relax into the experience, because it's going to be a tough one if you're not open to it. That's, you know, that's the honest truth. And I can tell you, I've done it. It's not easy. It's not easy. But it's worth it. Like, this work sometimes is tough. This work meets with resistance. The ego is terrified of this work because the ego knows that its days are numbered, and it will fight you, you know, tooth and nail to keep it standing in your mind, in your thoughts. This is trying to show you another way to listen to the voice of loving presence as opposed to the voice of ego. So I wish you well with it, and I shall see you tomorrow for lesson 25. Wow, we're just plowing along, aren't we? I'm glad you're still with me if you are, and as usual, if you ever have any questions, you can send me an email at bettina@thesoulconnection.ca, or you can find out about my local weekly class study group for A Course in Miracles, where we actually read through the text, and you can find that at thesoulconnection.ca. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.